I wanna show you how to make your own taco blend. A lot of times you go to the grocery store, if you're gonna do taco night, you get a packet. It's all spices you probably already have in your cabinet or that are really easily accessible at the grocery store. So yes, a convenient packet makes it easy to just season up your meat and move on, but you probably have everything you need to make your own blend. And if you buy affordable spices, you can make a bulk batch, you could share it with friends, or just have enough taco seasoning for weeks to come, so it could be really affordable for you to make your own. Starting off with some chili powder. So these are ground up New Mexican chili peppers. So I'm starting with that. Anytime you're doing a spice blend, you wanna pick your primary flavor, your primary ingredient. For this, it's gonna be chili powder. So for this mix, I'm doing a blend of 2 different chili peppers. Primarily this New Mexican chili pepper. So there's gonna be a lot in there, but I'm making a big batch, all right? And these are California chili peppers, all ground up into a powder. The California chili peppers, a little bit spicier, not like super hot spicy, but it's also a little tangy. It's got a bit of a tang to it. So that New Mexican chili powder was a little savory, a little smoky, and this California chili pepper is a little bit brighter. So a combination of different chili peppers is of course gonna give you a variety of flavor there. I like that deep, rich flavor of those New Mexican chili peppers. So when you're making any kind of spice blend, what you wanna do is start off with your primary flavor. You're gonna choose your secondary flavor, and then your kind of third tier flavors is usually how it works. So you'll go with a bulk of your primary spice, and then secondary, I'm gonna add some cumin, which I love cumin. I'm gonna add that in. This is ground cumin. You could toast up some cumin seeds and grind them yourself. Garlic, I love garlic powder, granulated garlic. So we're putting a lot of that in. We can really smell that. You can either go with an onion powder, or this is a minced onion. It'll rehydrate a little bit when we use our seasoning mix. Granulated works well too. And then the last flavors I'm gonna use, just a little bit of traditional black pepper ground up. You can freshly grind. I just find using some pre-ground is just really easy, especially for a spice mix. And then a little bit of parsley flake. If you're thinking, oh, those packets, you know, they have secret ingredients, or, you know, maybe their ratios are different for their ingredients, you can kind of customize it. If you like more garlic, put more garlic. The secret in a traditional spice blend may be in the ratios of ingredients they're using, but you can always customize it and make it suit your taste. So I'm only gonna do half this parsley, because that's a lot of parsley in that bag. I'll save that for another seasoning blend. And same with this pepper. I'm just gonna use half of this. There's already a lot of pepperiness from the chili powders. So this is just for a little bit of that black pepper bite, and give it a good mix. So yeah, a lot of times if I'm curious what's in a spice blend, what's in a seasoning mix, or even a marinade or a sauce, I'll just read the bottle, see what ingredients are in there, see what ingredients I have in my kitchen, and make up my own version. And there we go, there it is. Now, if I'm doing any kind of spice mix, I usually keep the salt out of it, or I might add just maybe a little bit, maybe even for this much, maybe a tablespoon or 2, but I usually like to leave it out, and I can just control the salt on my own per the dish, per the recipe I'm making. The typical ratio for adding salt is 2 to 1. So 2 part your seasoning mix, 1 part salt. If you wanna go lighter on the salt, you can of course cut that in half again, go a little bit lighter, or do what I usually do and just add salt to taste per your recipe. Especially for taco seasonings, one thing that a lot include is some kind of thickening agent. Something to, you know, make it a lot more saucy and glossy when you cook your taco meat. Sometimes they use a cornstarch, arrowroot starch, other thickening agents, even some gluten-free thickening agent options. So you could add a few tablespoons of a thickener, starch in here. So when you cook your taco meat, it'll kind of come together. It'll make a little sauce out of all the fat and juices that render out. For this batch, I'm gonna leave it out. This looks so good. A little bit of green from the parsley. You could mix it up. You could add some ground oregano in here. You can go heavier on the cumin if you love cumin. Maybe you have a favorite secret ingredient that you use in your tacos. Just go ahead, add that in there. Make up a big batch. Especially if you buy bulk spices or bag spices, you can save a ton of money if you buy the store brand spices, or if you have a preference for a certain brand, you can buy, you know, whatever spices you want and keep it at whatever price point you want. But if you buy the more affordable spices, these spice blends are high quality and they can be really affordable to just make your own. Especially a big batch like this costs a few dollars, while typical spice packets, you know, are gonna be $3, $4 just for one serving. For a few dollars more, you can have, this is like 10 servings. This is a ton of spice mix. And I didn't even need to make this much, but I just wanted to use up what I had in the bags. I got inspiration from the already existing taco seasoning mixes that are out there. You can flip them over, read the ingredients, and usually they're in priority. So whatever the main ingredient comes first, and then as the ingredients go on, it's usually less and less. So that's usually how the ingredients are written. They're kind of listed in order and quantity most of the time. So you can use that as a guide. And if there's any flavors you don't want or don't like, you can omit those. I just have a canning funnel that I'm gonna help, because I know I will probably make a mess if I just tried to spoon this in the jar. This makes it really easy. Once again, this is a great gift. You can give a little taco gift to your friends and family, sharing your secret recipe, your special blend. Looks like I'm gonna get 2 jars out of this. Do your best to break up those clumps. Leave a little room in whatever container you wanna pack this in, because you'll want to be able to mix it up. Even though I'm calling this an all-purpose taco mix, you can use this for so many different recipes. You can just put this on chicken or steak and grill that up, or throw it and roast it in the oven. It's for fajita night, so any of your Tex-Mex favorites, go ahead and use your spice blend. This is even great even if you make some homemade tortilla chips. Instead of just salt sprinkling on them, do some taco seasoning, have a little extra flavor. Work in the spice factory now. This is great. I'm gonna sell these. Watch out, farmer's market. There you go. The spices will last as long as they will in the package or in the cabinet like any normal spice. So you'll get several months while it's at its most potent. You know, spices last a year or more, so you're pretty good on shelf life. So just be sure to label it so you know what's in it, or you know what type of seasoning blend it is, and use it up. Use it up in as many recipes as you can throughout the week.